Hey guys, it's Sheridan.
And Alex.
And Courtney, and we're here to talk to you about the English department at Anderson University.
Yeah, so this podcast is a way for listeners to learn more about the English department here on campus and share some things you may not have known about the English department and ultimately how to get involved on campus.
So we're going to have a few guest speakers, including some current students and alumni, and a few professors may join us as well. So grab a cup of coffee or tea and your favorite book as we dive into all things English.
But first, let's introduce ourselves. Hi, my name is Courtney, and I am a junior here at Anderson University this year. I am majoring in secondary English education because I've always wanted to be a teacher ever since I was little. But when I got to AU, I also decided to add a minor, creative writing, because I also have dreams of becoming an editor someday.
That's really cool. Hi guys, my name is Sheridan. I'm a senior at Anderson University and I am not an English major. However, I am an English minor and I've really enjoyed that, just getting to dip my toes into the English department, sort of say. I was on staff for the Ivy Leaves literary team, so that was really cool. But I've loved being a part of the English department and getting to know some really great people that I consider lifelong friends.
Yeah, so I'm Alex, and I'm a junior here at AU, and I'm a creative writing major, and I just love all things reading and writing. That's why I chose it.
Amen.
Good deal. Yeah, so why did you guys choose AU?
Courtney?
I chose because my family has always lived really close to AU, and so I've just kind of grown up around it. And so it was going to be close to my family, and then it just kind of had like this sense of home to it that I liked. So, what about you, Alex?
I just liked that it was a smaller school. I wasn't really looking for like Clemson or anything huge, and it just kind of this homey feeling.
I probably would have to say the same thing. I chose it because it is a smaller school and I liked the idea of getting to know my classmates and my professors, so it just seemed like a natural fit to choose AU. Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about some of the professors that we've had in the English department and just sort of our thoughts so our listeners can know as well.
Yeah.
Professor Wilhelm, or Dr. Wilhelm. Like you can tell he loves, he loves literature, and like I love that. He's always been one of my favorites. He's also my advisor, so.
Yeah. Well, he was one of the ones I was talking about, thinking about when I mentioned that, like, I have these professors that have so much knowledge, and it's just like actually mind blowing.
Yeah.
And he like loves to share his knowledge, He's like he's there to teach, not because like he's getting paid what he's getting paid.
Preach. Yeah. And the cool thing about attending AU and the smaller class sizes, and specifically the English department, you really do get to know your professors. And many of them are published authors themselves, whether it's technical writing, novels, fiction, nonfiction, poetry. Yeah, poetry is really big. That's just something that I feel we're privileged to have that other universities and students don't really get.
Yeah, and I like how they're really there to help you. Like, they're not just there to just show you what they know. Like, they are doing that, but they're there to also make you better at what you are learning, and better at writing and better at communicating and understanding things better also.
And you are English ed, right?
Yeah.
Would you say that like having these professors in the English department, it makes you want to be just like them?
Yeah.
Yeah, tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah. Sometimes like I'll sit in class and like maybe like different like activities or like different like little like learning strategies or like homework things. I'll just like try to like keep note of those like in my head and be like, oh, I can use this, like, because this was like helpful to me in this class, so I can like use this for one day when I'm like teaching my own class or something.
So now joining us is Olivia Knight, who graduated from the English department last year.
I was the president of Writer's Block, which is the writing club at AU, and honestly that was one of my favorite things I was involved with in my entire college career. I loved constantly being around other writers regardless of their major, and it really led to just a lot of inspiration and a lot of diversity.
Well, that's really cool. Thanks for sharing about Writer's Block. So were you involved in any other organizations on campus?
I was also the assistant editor of Ivy Leaves, and that was kind of the opposite side of the coin from being president of Writer's Block, because that was leadership in a much more, I guess, professional and academic setting. I loved it though, in a completely different way. I enjoyed most of the people I was working with greatly, and I loved that we were able to hold a physical product of all of our hard work. At the end of the semester, we were able to physically see the journal.
Thank you for joining us, Olivia.
Yeah, thanks for sharing.
Next, we're going to have Jacob Cabot. He's a senior at AU this year.
Jacob, can you tell us a little bit about the English department?
Yeah, and what's your plans for after graduation?
I think students should know that the English program is really good for making you think deeper, really to approach argument in a whole new perspective, while also helping you grow in your creative aspects as well. Really honing your craft, but it helps you learn how to receive criticism and to give it, and how to say what you mean, and really just think. After graduation, I want to stay local for a little while and pay off all my student loans, and then I want to move to Europe.
Cool.
So we'll see.
What are you going to do over there?
I want to teach English as a foreign language in Czech Republic. And then after that, I would like to come back to the States for grad school, maybe get an MFA or PhD in creative writing, and then hopefully work in higher education.
Jacob, thanks so much for sharing and joining us today.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And thank you to all our listeners. I hope that y'all were able to learn some more about the English department.
And if you guys would like to know more information about the English department, you guys can check out the website at andersonuniversity.edu. Thanks, you guys. Have a great day.
Bye.